Hello, my name is Tim Ormsby, State Representative from the 3rd Legislative District in Spokane. I want to thank you for joining me on our weekly video update from the floor of the Washington State House of Representatives. We're at about the 75% or 3/4 mark here in the legislature, and the big news now is that we're going to be releasing budgets real soon. We won't see the operating budget for a few days after I'm taping this. Hopefully about the time that you see this is about the time that we'll have the news of the operating budget. The transportation budget will also be rolled out, but the thing that I'm working most closely on is the capital budget. And this is my 5th year as the vice chair of the capital budget, and I can say that it's a good one given all the pressure that we've been under with budgets, whether it's the federal budget, the state budget, local budgets, or even your household budget. We know that we're all straining, considering the economy that we're in right now. I can say that Spokane does well in the capital budget. The capital budget is good, and it's near and dear to my heart, not just because I've sat in the committee for so many years, but because it creates jobs. It helps build our communities. And a couple of examples I'd like to talk about with regard to the capital budget that are very good for Spokane are schools. I want to congratulate Spokane and thank you for overwhelmingly passing our local school bond measure. And what happens after you've passed that measure is that the state contributes a share of those construction costs. If the community doesn't support a school bond measure, no state money is forthcoming in the construction of those schools. But since you did such a good job of passing that bond measure in Spokane, the state will now contribute, and that will be several dozen $1 million over the course of those construction projects. Also, the state funds all of the public university construction projects, and it just so happens that our community colleges are long overdue for state upgrades, for new facilities, for upgrading of current facilities, and this is the year that we come through for our community colleges in Spokane in this budget. On another note, I remember being new here, a new member, back in 2004. Feeling a little bit lost, a little confused. The process is a little overwhelming. It takes some time to get used to. I'm not new anymore. In fact, I've had the privilege this year of being able to be a mentor to one of our new members, a Democratic freshman by the name of Tim Probst from the city of Vancouver. I'd like to tell you a little bit about that experience. When we're here in Olympia, we come from a community and we're sent to Olympia to represent that community. People come from every community and from every corner of the state in order to provide representation on the behalf of the people where they live. And while I bring my experience and my interest in representing the interests of Spokane, other representatives come from other places bringing their experience and their interest in representing their community. Tim Probst, a shining new star in the Democratic caucus, is from America's Vancouver in Southwest Washington, right across the river from Portland. It's a long way away from the city of Spokane, but I can tell you I'm quite impressed with his interest in serving all of the citizens of the state of Washington. And that's the point I'd like to leave you with, is that while we are here representing our community, we have to work with our colleagues from all the other parts of the state to do the best thing on behalf of all the residents of the state of Washington, regardless of where they come from. And that's a little glimpse of the Olympia that people don't necessarily see, and that's a little bit of the interaction that we have as individuals, as just regular people that need to come together to agree in a majority of what we're going to do to move the state of Washington forward. That's what I hope to do with these legislative updates, is bring you a little bit of that insight you might not necessarily see from home in Spokane. I want to thank you for tuning in, and until next time, take good care.